a story we've seen far too many times. Someone punishing those more beautiful than them, younger than them, richer than them, smarter than them, more better at Tetris than them, but always while wearing a turtle shell. Oh wait. Of course, if you want to cram folk tales, legends, and fun into a story, take a look at Gintama, because there's probably going to be a few. But of course, we need to continue on, so get yourself a drink, sit back, and let's start. To imagine the last people left to save the world would include Hasegawa. I'm actually waiting for the day where he is the hero of the hour, and yet still won't receive the recognition. Yeah, the mask didn't slip whatsoever. Don't pay attention to what I just said. Sometimes you have to wonder at people's motives, because it's not always clear. And then there's times like these. Some people are just surface level evil, aren't they? But there have been many cases throughout history where, well, people have done much more for much less, so I also, somewhere deep inside, believe that even with his advanced age, Gintoki still has the soul of a samurai. That's a lie. I just want to see old Gintoki and Katsura get into a sword fight. Gintoki seems to be shrinking even more. To be fair, I've seen some hotels and stuff that are underwater, and that kind of environment does look pretty good. As long as you just forget the fact that BioShock exists as a game. Not necessarily, depends on where you are in the world, but still. What is the average life expectancy of these turtles? Usually actually in stories and the like, they do keep the solution to saving everything in the same room as the end boss. But that's not how it would actually be done in reality. Why have you got a scouter? Scouter. Ah, well, of course, it's as long as it's skirting copyright law, it's fine. I'm a big fan of that, you know. Hmm. Wow. To be compared to seaweed. Hmm. Well, that's not fair. Shinpachi does have capability within him, but did the Scouter come in minus numbers? One. Without his sunglasses, yeah, he barely exists. Or this is a completely different. Yeah. Oh, poor Hasegawa. Ah, a much better scale. Hmm. Hmm. It's having trouble calculating. Is it oh, minus? It's under 9,000. This is why you don't rely on technology. I've only really watched a little bit of Dragon Ball. There are people that spend their entire lives learning martial arts and the like, which just puts people at a false sense of security and to hide their actual capabilities. Wow, what a shitty surprise attack. Yeah, and going back to what I was saying, it's like, you know, like the drunken martial arts. Run! Well, climb! Throw Katsura at him. At least he's got his sunglasses. There's hope still. If they've all got guns, why are they charging? The problem with henchmen. Yeah, it usually turns out like that, doesn't it? But these buffoons have managed to get through a lot worse than this. Seriously, what's with this James Bond-esque turn of events? She would not cover up the horrible being that she is. But there are people who only care about surface beauty. It's the same with everyone, although in a much expedited state. It's not over thousands of years. But someone truly horrendous will always be if they don't try to improve themselves. And I'm talking about internal, not external. Okay, but ideals don't trump living. The shark's gonna be something dumb in disguise. This isn't time for sleeping. Does Catchall even know where he is? Or what he's doing? No, you wouldn't. Master Roshi. And I'm sure they walked 14 kilometers a day in the snow. Something about a Mega Drive. No one's going to remember? Well, I'm sure, as forgettable as it is, someone might. This is several Dragon Ball references so far. Are they going to try any other big series or just that one? I was thinking maybe a laboratory, but this is more like a server farm. Oh, those poor sharks. Knew it. Ah, I didn't expect Cube or Kagura to be there, but still. At least they were useful. They actually climbed up the walls and slipped into a shark tank. Not sure how the architecture of this building is. Poor shark. At least the other one got beaten to death. He was going to have to slowly drown on dry land. I wonder if this adds to the statistics of shark attack victims. I'm surprised. They must have some sturdy spines for turtle people to at least stand against a kick to the face like that. Her clothes aren't even wet. She's definitely putting off the airs of beauty now, isn't she? Sure, but wounds like that will heal. I wouldn't suggest you let Cube see her hitting like that. Ooh, the ripple. Do you think she'd let up easily and end it with just a slap? And she does it all with a sweet smile upon her face. Um, sure, but all of this is temporary. Who's that meant to be? Oh. Oh, it's in your mind, in your imagination. Change the backdrop. Just destroy Shinji. Poor shit, Shinji. How long is her arm? And while this is going on, what are the others up to? Is that the guy that we heard in the story long while back? That's a control panel. It's a Mega Drive. So, what was she trying to retain her beauty so that if he were to fully awaken one day? Hmm. I think it's gonna like Kentucky or someone gonna unplug the machine because technology. Don't know what it does. And it's only going to get worse through time if it's the world he knew not being there. You got one thing right though, yeah, space is quite a picture. Cool. But still, she did try to destroy the world. because they had meaning behind them. It wasn't just, oh, you're beautiful. I haven't really said anything in the past couple of minutes. Because, yeah, sure, this is being the origin story of her descent into destroying beauty or whatever it was. But people have done all sorts of dumb stuff for reasons that may have been noble to begin with. But do the ends justify the means? It's rising. Who gave the command to set off? There was another step to the plan. You've already aged them. What is this one meant to do? There's a flying ship above City B. And does concentrating it 30,000 times, have they taken human anatomy and biology into account? Yeah, but losing themselves to this kind of madness, even if he was to awaken, I don't think I'd want to have anything to do with them after this. I didn't expect this one to be a multi-piece episode spanning arc. Sometimes you have to think, is your goal and your dreams, you may have sunk more into them than you may have realised. And in a time like this, her goal of destroying all beauty because she's getting old and wants to keep the memory of her past and her love. And sometimes you have to think, is keeping someone, in this case, alive indefinitely, really in their best interests? Especially when you're doing your darndest to make sure the world stays as something they don't recognise. As long as Gintoki and Katsura don't have to use electronics, we'll be fine. And just like that, my worries about growing older compounded even further. Yay. Hopefully, though, I don't have to worry about a strange gas leaking through and skipping forward the process quite a few years. Here's the thing. Back in her youth, she may have been beautiful. However, surface beauty is transient. It is temporary. And if she compares herself to the young people out on Earth, of course she's not going to be quite up to the current standard of beauty. But that's why you shouldn't compare yourself to others. You should see yourself in your own mind's eye. Are you up to the standard where you want to be? Something that I personally have still yet to learn, because I always compare myself to others in terms of maybe artistic ability, insight and intelligence. The only thing I have going for me is my raw sexual magnitude. But the thing is, there should never be a point where you give up. You should always strive to improve yourself in some manner, but never at the expense of others. You don't make the world better by dragging down those around you, much like crabs in a bucket. And so, if you enjoyed this episode and there's more to come in the conclusion of this arc, let me know by leaving a like on the video and a comment down below. I would understand if you don't want to subscribe to the channel, but if you do, that's up to you. But ultimately, get yourself a bit of rest, so I can see you in the next one. It's nice to see that alongside underwater bases, rapid aging, turtle people, and shark attacks, there can be time for the occasional Dragon Ball reference. And if you want to join me on my training to get ever more powerful, and probably change hair colours several times, consider helping me out on Patreon. Because Sal, Raywin, Aegis TR, Dedema 1997, Aisha M, Shiwan, ASD and everyone else, you are the Dragon Balls to my Yamcha.